What is going on, guys? It is your boy Dylan. Today we've got a new vlog for you guys. We're going to be talking about some cryptocurrencies, all the latest currencies on the market, and my buddy here Vincent is going to be joining us in today's vlog. Anyway guys, let's get this vlog started. Welcome back. So we're here with Vincent. We're going to go through some cryptocurrencies with you guys, and Vincent, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk a little bit about some Bitcoins.
Yeah, so I was involved in cryptocurrency since 2009, and I used to trade it for Linden dollars, which I used for Second Life to buy property. The whole idea was to sell the property that I acquired for Linden.
So what's that? Tell us what Second Life is. A lot of people may not know.
Second Life is a virtual world where you would go ahead and you would, live in a virtual world and you would do whatever you wanted. You own property.
And how did cryptocurrencies come into play?
Well, Linden dollars could technically be considered one of the first cryptocurrencies, kind of like Wild Gold, World of Warcraft gold. And so, like, if you wanted World of Warcraft gold or you wanted Linden dollars, they did have markets like Mt. Gox. Mt. Gox was one of those sites that you would go to, and you would buy in-game currency.
And for those of you guys who don't know what Mt. Gox is, Mt. Gox was pretty much an exchange. I believe it was opened in Japan.
Yeah, the server was in Japan.
Yeah, the servers were in Japan, and they had shut down a while now before this whole...
Got robbed by btc-e.
Yeah, BTC. So if you guys are looking at the news right now, the whole situation with btc-e, the founders, or I guess an IT guy that works there, they're saying that, I don't know the full thing of it, you guys do your own research, but they're saying that one of the guys were involved with the hacking of Mt. Gox, but we'll leave that for everything to be finalized because that's still an investigation that's in progress, but continue.
So we're not giving financial advice, but we're just telling how we look at it, how we look at cryptocurrencies. So just take this as your own way of deciding what to do, but basically, I would mine it on a netbook. I had just had my first son, Zayd, and while I'm sitting there taking care of my boy, I would mine it, and it was a place where you can actually mine it. Now, when you say mining, what you're doing is you're solving an algorithm that's extremely difficult to cryptography, and when the puzzle is solved, you would get a Bitcoin. But I never thought that it would be worth so much. And
so how long did it take to mine a Bitcoin?
Well, back then it took like a day, maybe less.
And now, what's the timing now?
Oh, you're talking hashes and gigahashes of.
And what exactly is mining? Because I don't think a lot of the users.
Well, it's solving an algorithm. It's solving a cryptographic puzzle.
And this is pretty much a computer is doing.
Yeah, your computer is doing all this on a computer. It takes a lot of power. It takes a lot of computer power through GPU and CPU, and it's pretty much impossible for you to mine at home. You could do it, but the payout might not be worth it right now.
I mean, you'll probably spend more on electricity and computer power just trying to mine something.
Now that's why some people use cloud mining, but you got to be careful with cloud mining because you don't know if those cloud miners really have what they say they have. Now there are of course some really ones that you could go visit and you can see that they have the equipment. But even then, you don't know. But the point is
that similar to what they sell on eBay? Because I've seen people selling mining on eBay.
You could buy all sorts of, and it's not just for Bitcoin. You can mine any cryptocurrency almost. Some do not have mining, like Burst Coin. Burst Coin is awesome because what you're doing with Burst Coin is you can use your hard drive space. So you have like how many terabytes on one?
I have 12 terabytes.
So you could share the 12 terabytes on your hard drive with Burst Coin, and you could actually get money for that. You could get the cryptocurrency Burst and keep it or trade it or do whatever you want with it and make a profit from that. I actually think if you have any extra space, you should do that. That's a really cool way of mining. That's how they would mine it. But most cryptocurrencies have different ways of doing it. But mostly I'm an investor, sometimes a position trader. Position trading is where you would hold a position for maybe a couple days, a week, and then you wait for from one position, so like a low position, like say 2,600 on Bitcoin, and wait for it to go up to, what is it right now? Bitcoin is like
3,200,
3,250 right now, and you would take that and you sell it off, and you make that profit.
So guys, just if you really think of where Bitcoin has come from, so I can't remember when it started, maybe in 2007-ish?
2008.
2008, right?
When the white paper came out.
And this thing was like 6 cents a coin or somewhere around there.
It wasn't really. It
wasn't.
Let me put it this way: when I started with Bitcoin, there were no places to buy it. You could buy it through the internet, through like message boards and stuff like that. And then I went on a message board and somebody's like, oh, why are you buying it? You can just create it yourself. And so I started doing that, but then you needed more coins to finish off a transaction or whatever. And then you would buy it from some guy and you would hope that he would send it to you. Sometimes he would say, oh, I'll do a thing on eBay, and you pay for it there and I'll give it to you.
Yeah, that's where I sold some of my Litecoins.
Yeah, and after you started realizing, like, I think it went up to like $3 to $10, I started saying, I'm going to keep this. I lost coins. I lost many coins, maybe thousands of dollars. But back then, it wasn't, I didn't take it seriously because it was like a couple cents, maybe $1 or $2. And you could get them for free, you could mine it. So I wasn't taking it seriously. Luckily, I realized that I had some coins in my possession that I forgot about, and I've been trading ever since. But I think anybody who can trade can actually make good money from it if you're careful and understand the risk. Because not everybody is set up emotionally to trade cryptocurrency.
Correct, and I know you're going to look at me because clearly I'm not. I mean, this has happened with stocks and Bitcoins and Litecoins. I was a huge investor into Bitcoins. I mean, when you guys introduced me to Bitcoins, I think it was roughly 110. Then it went up to 126. Then it hit 300.
And it's for any human being, including
Correct.
myself.
I mean,
you thought you were making a killing.
I was. I mean, it was amazing. Within seconds, minutes, you were pulling in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Because I went full throttle in 2013, and it was like $40 to $60, and I was like, I'm gonna just do this like crazy and make money. But then you realize that this is not stopping. What you should do with a cryptocurrency is understand the market cap. So you should understand how many coins are circulating and how many coins can be made. With Bitcoin, it's only 21 million. Right now, we're around 16 million, going on 17 million.
Wait, 21 millions that can be existed.
Made. So after 21 million, you cannot make anymore. And the closer you get to that number, the
it gets harder to produce.
So if you just do simple math, you can tell that the scarcity is what, in economics, scarcity is the most important thing. So even if I buy Bitcoin at this extremely high price right now,
and which it's right now, as of right now, it's roughly about 3,200. I can tell by the time this vlog is posted. Today is Sunday, August the 6th, is when Bitcoin is running at 3,200.
Yeah, and they're saying already, you have various money magazines like Forbes and whatnot. Their own guys are looking at this and they're saying it's going to be 5,000 before the end of this year for sure.
And that's what I'm hearing, but you see, I'm a little concerned with it because obviously I got burnt from it by the time I got
But you didn't really lose it. Well, you did.
No, I did lose it. But I mean, the coin was dropping.
You only lose it if you trade it. Like with cryptocurrencies, any little bit of news, like almost any stock.
But
this is not stock, by the way, but you could look at it like that. Any bit of news or anything that goes wrong will affect the market because it's an emotional market. It's based on human emotion.
Correct. But I didn't sell, and I was told to sell because I was only at a $700 loss, and within months something happened. The Bitcoins went from $935 a coin all the way it tanked within 1 second. I remember it was like 2-3 a.m. in the morning. I was watching it. And this is when the whole situation went down with Mt. Gox.
Yeah.
That Bitcoin hit $102. it was like the $102 sell-off within a second.
Yeah.
And I panicked, got rid of all my Bitcoins and threw them into Litecoin.
But the right thing to do when you see blood like that, red all over the market, is to buy more. So you see,
I was out of cash.
If you see something with that much faith in it go because something happened, the best thing to do is to buy more. Now, it's not easy to tell that when that happens. But I mean, how many lessons do we have to learn now? After over and over again, people saying it's done, it's the end, it's finished, it's not going anywhere, and it does. And when you start looking at the numbers and you start looking at the scarcity and you start seeing where people are investing in, like in Japan, it's 100% legal. It's being used all over Japan. It's legal tender in Japan. And other countries like Russia, China, all these countries are in it. Just the numbers of people versus the amount of coins that are out
Correct.
can tell you that this isn't going. It could go somewhere one place, but it's not going somewhere everywhere else. You can't trust the news. The news is just a signal of the emotion that could happen. That's it. Once you let that emotion go away, you really got to think about, what is this I'm buying? Bitcoin is something that can be used because of banking. You know, if you send money to me, no matter, I could be right next door to you. It would still take days and days to get to me if you send it to me, right?
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that people should invest in Bitcoins now at this price of $30?
I'm not giving investment advice.
No, your opinion. Guys, just want to clarify, just a quick disclaimer. We're not giving you guys any financial advice. You guys are...
This is just helping you make a decision.
Correct. You can do whatever you want with your money. We're just giving you from our experience. Clearly, my experience.
Personally, I sit on it. I buy it, I sit on it. Let's put it this way. If you buy it at such a low position and you sit on it and it drops, but it doesn't get close to your position, or even if it drops to your position, you need to ask yourself, why did it drop that position? And is everybody in the world really just going to get rid of it? No. More people who have faith in it will buy it. And it will go back up. And if you did Bitcoin, it will just keep going, because the math is telling you that it's going to keep going, it's going to keep going, it's going to keep going until it becomes so hard to get that it's going to be, you know, impossible for an average person to buy a whole coin. For example, it can go to $1 million. All right? McAfee, the guy who started, you know, McAfee virus software, he said, and I quote, without completely quoting, he said he'll eat his own you-know-what if it doesn't go up to 300,000 by 2020.
He'll eat his own crap?
Actually, I think it was 500,000. I can't remember. But it was something like 300,000 or above.
Did he give like up to 2020?
2020. And he's not a stupid guy. He's doing it.
No, he's a smart guy, definitely.
He's doing it based on his intelligence. So if you the more coin you have, and if you could sit on it, especially if you're not worried about your cash to the point where you're living day to day and you can't do anything else, just leave it alone.
I think if you've got money to throw away, if you got money to spare and money to put on the side, and you're willing to take a loss, like I was willing to play with $10,000.
I just kept it.
I wish I kept it.
Okay, so one of the other things you should also think of is not just Bitcoin. There's many other coins. If Marlon wasn't playing video games over there, I could tell you the place to go is put in all the cryptocurrencies in Google. Say the phrase all the cryptocurrencies, and the first thing you get should tell you all the other coins out there. And there's things like Ethereum, which is more of a contract.
But you're talking about CoinMarketCap.
CoinMarket.
Yeah, CoinMarketCap, guys, has all the altcoins listed there. You guys can check it out. Martin, I believe, is what? CoinMarketCap.com?
CoinMarketCap.com.
I was still searching on Google because you gotta be careful out there.
Correct. So check out CoinMarketCap. That's the name of it. The exact website may, you know, by the time I post this blog, if you guys look below here, you'll see I'll actually put what it is. But it's CoinMarketCap. You can check out that website. I'm not promoting that website. You can probably also find it in the description below this blog.
You gotta be very careful. There's hackers out there, and there's other scammers, old school scammers, who are doing everything they can to take the coin. That's why you might also want to get a hardware wallet, which will protect your private keys and other things.
So
like
let's
that.
talk about that. So you guys are talking about offline wallets, right? Versus wallets on an exchange.
You could do it to a paper wallet, a cold storage, but it's kind of complicated to some people when they want to retrieve. Like I found all my stuff in cold storage, all my coins that I had. I didn't know I thought I lost it for years. Actually, I thought I didn't have it, and then I remembered that I had put it in cold storage somewhere, and I found my cold storage, and I was able to unfreeze my coins, and that's when I was happy because I had all my
So
stuff.
how did this? So I had, if you guys are watching this and you know of cryptocurrencies, you would know of something called the Kanye coin. It came out a while ago. Very crappy coin. Kanye sued the shit out of them.
That was a stupid idea. I wouldn't buy Kanye coin. When Kanye coin came out, it was a joke. It was like Dogecoin,
Yeah.
Doggy coin, whatever you
But
want to call it.
Dogecoin was pretty.
There's a community behind that even now. So like, it's got very little value. Sometimes it's not on. It's dead and then it comes back. So it's like, you know, Reddit community is part of that. So like, you got to decide to yourself like, what am I investing in? Like Ethereum, it makes sense. Citibank and all these other banks are behind it. Ripple has tons of banks. As a matter of fact, the Federal Reserve, which is probably the most horrible entity on the face of the planet, the Federal Reserve is even interested in Ripple. Now I own a lot of Ripple because I got some for free back in the day, and I bought some, and I'm probably going to buy more. Ripple,
What's Ripple? Is that
Ripple
like a
allows?
altcoin?
Okay, let me explain Ripple because a lot of people don't understand Ripple. Yeah, they print Ripple. Like they printed Ripple, they created Ripple out of nowhere, and then they have a ton of Ripple out there. But each Ripple, after it's used, is burned. So when you use a Ripple, it's destroyed. You cannot use that Ripple again. So what happens with Ripple is it's for transactions. So if I want to send money to you very quickly, anywhere in the world, even in space if that's possible, I can send Ripple to you. Say you're on Mars, I can send a Ripple to you and it'll get there to you quickly. All right. So the point about Ripple is it helps transactions, and the banks are using their technology behind it. So I would definitely have Ripple. I don't like Ripple, but I would have it. See, I have an emotional attachment.
How do you guys feel like, I know we talk a lot about these altcoins, but how do you guys feel that this can be used in today's society? I mean, like
Ripple is being used in today's society. Ripple is being used by the banks to transfer money. Now they're doing it at more of an experimental level, but they are serious behind it.
But let's talk about Ethereum.
Ethereum is different. It's a contract. So like say I have a will and I die. I can have my contract by setting parameters. I can have it released to my wife, for example, if I don't check in, right? Like say I don't check in for a year, I don't do this or that. You can set parameters up in theory to release to somebody. So like if you, in theory, go to her email and say, oh, your husband left this for you. He left you all this cryptocurrency.
Well, can't you just go into your wallet and take all the money?
No, because the wallet, all my wallets are in a storage, in a manage of storage where it's impossible unless you're physically there with me. And even then, you can't just get it. For example, my cold storage, I didn't have a wallet. I had words, I had phrases. So I would say these phrases that I set, and it just came out of the ether, you could say, or came out of nowhere and just went back into my wallet from the blockchain. Because a blockchain is how you would, a blockchain is each coin is its own part of the encryption code. So it has a check through the whole, all the coins in the world, which make it impossible to hack. So if a hacker wanted to hack Bitcoin, for example, he would have to go through the whole blockchain. All right, so the blockchain. The blockchain, what is a blockchain? All right, so it's a ledger system, like my invisible friend Marlon just said. And this ledger system allows verification across the system, which, like I said before earlier in the video, you cannot hack Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency with a reliant blockchain, because you would have to go through the whole entire system. So with Ethereum, which is a contract system, it's pretty much like Bitcoin. It has many differences, but the way it acts is a way that you can use something like a dApp, which is an app for the currency. So like for instance, you could create a dApp for wills, or you could create a dApp for this or a dApp for that on Ethereum and allow it to do different things. And those things are valuable. And that's why so many banks...
So you can't do that with Bitcoins?
You can actually, after the whole split, the hard fork with SegWit 2x, which is happening I think later this week, Wednesday. according to what I learned, that you will be able to do a lot of the same things you would be able to do with Ethereum. And that's kind of what's going on. It's like these coins are starting to compete against each other because you have a lot of active people in the community. But regardless of that, if you're just looking at it for investing, or you're looking at it for the future, like you want to set up a super will or something, I would say that having cryptocurrencies as part of your portfolio is super intelligent, especially with the dollar is down 10%. And this October, it seems like we're going to have a downturn in the market, which could be devastating. It could be worse than 2008, 2009. So you should always look into cryptocurrencies.
I just honestly find it very hard with cryptocurrency, even
you have to educate yourself. Like I listen the whole day, every day of my life. I read and I listen to people like the Dollar Vigilante is a good place to start. He doesn't go too deep into it, but he expresses the emotion behind cryptocurrencies. You have Crypto. He's another good channel. He goes very deep into it. I think he's in New York. I'm not sure, but the point is that you got a lot of guys out there giving you a lot of information. My channel on Mastermind Showcase, I'll eventually start getting into it. I've been quiet. I'm kind of a voyeur, you could say. I just listen to people and make my decisions.
So it's kind of dirty.
Yeah, well it is. I mean, because I think it's about sharing information too. Like I should have been sharing information. I was like, who am I? But it doesn't matter who you are. You know, if you get involved and you're doing good, and you have a family member who's got some cash aside, and maybe they have a dream or something they want to do, let them know about it. Coinbase is a good place to start to invest, or to put your money aside in for new people. They have GDAX, which allows you to do real, type of trades like you would with any, trading firm that's out there.
So what's that? What is it?
GDAX. So GDAX is part of Coinbase. It allows you to do very swift trades using very good charts, and it's simple. It's still simple compared to a lot of them, but it's good enough, more than good enough, to do more complex trading. I'm not really a trader. I don't like day trading. I've done day trading to like if I want to make some quick money. But I always have money set aside to do that sort of thing. Like the tickets, the way I got here in New York is I traded my way up, and then I said, okay, I made profit, so I'm going to use that profit to do this trip.
And I get that too, because honestly, Marlon did actually tell me to take all my Litecoins and put them into Ethereum.
Litecoin is a very amazing coin, and they're doing a lot of stuff in the space. So Litecoin...
Ethereum.
Well,
right?
Ethereum, he said
Ethereum.
Okay.
The experts will correct
But
me.
Litecoin is still a good coin, and you have a lot of people who are involved in the Bitcoin space do their own thing, and these guys are not stupid. They come from, just being in stockbroking, being stockbrokers and other things like that. So thing is, it's a new space. Like my channel, all I talk about is like fantasy technology.
So do you want to just tell the viewers what your channel is, and I can
my
plug you right here?
My channel is just a showcase. So I see something cool, I think this is amazing. I try to go for a product that's actually out, not something like like something on Kickstarter that never comes out. I've been burned on Kickstarter before.
I love Kickstarter. Well, I'm not a huge fan of Kickstarter. I'm more into Indiegogo.
Yeah, Indiegogo, but they're the same thing. They've had products that never came out, and they took your money, and you can't get your money back. Cryptocurrencies are going through the same thing with ICOs. Like a lot of these ICOs don't make any sense, and they have no value, and some of them do. And I've invested in some of those, and they've done pretty okay for me. But the point is that.
But what is your channel? You want to tell me your channel?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going back on cryptos.
No. What is it? What's the name of your channel?
Mastermind Showcase.
Mastermind Showcase.
Yeah.
So guys, check it out below. I'm going to link it. I'm also going to tag him. Mastermind Showcase. Check out his channel. If you're not subscribed, do subscribe to his channel. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do hit the subscription below. also. All right, guys. So we just want to have a sit down with you guys. Obviously, we know that technology is going places. We want to just give you guys a quick overview on just the digital currency that exists, the future of the world, the future. Digital currency and where it's going. If you want to check them out, look into Bitcoins, Litecoins, Ethereum,
and other cryptocurrencies.
If you guys want to check out some of the cryptocurrency, there's Bitcoins, Litecoins, Ethereum,
the blockchain.
The blockchain. Check out
how that works.
Coin market cap. Check out Coinbase. These are some of the ones. I'm not plugging them, but I'm just giving you their names. You can check them out. I'll put them in the description. And do your own research. Honestly, please do not take our advice. We're just giving you just our opinion. Do your own research before you drop some money into to any digital currency. Otherwise, you'll be like me. You'll lose a ton of money, and you'll be very sad for a while.
Don't use emotions. Become a Vulcan.
Yes, do not put any emotions into it. Do not become a Vulcan, because that's obviously Star Trek.
Yeah, why not? It's awesome.
And I think that's about it. You got to check out Vincent's channel. What's the channel again?
Mastermind Showcase.
Mastermind Showcase, guys. I'm going to link that below. You want to check it out. His channel should be pretty cool. He's got some great showcase in. What's your next showcase about?
Well, it's probably going to go more into crypto, but I want to do it right. And I usually don't talk on my channel, it's just a showcase. But it's getting to the point where we got to talk about AI and cryptocurrencies and other things going on, because it's about to get real soon. So let's all get real together.
Perfect. And guys, I am waiting for the new robot to arrive. I am going to be doing an unboxing of that.
It's going to take his apartment.
It's actually called Robel. It's actually a 3.5 foot robot.
Yeah, that's cool. I have one. I have a Mechanoid.
Your Mechanoid?
Yeah, my son's
Mechanoid is pretty cool.
Yeah.
This one is actually it's got like a Android face. It's on the Indiegogo campaign. So they told me that it is delayed. It was supposed to be delivered in July. I do have some other unboxing coming. You guys will see that coming soon. Anyway, guys, any last words you want to say?
No, just do research and live long and prosper.
Awesome, guys. Cheers.